The Finance Committee meeting of the City of Hudson for Monday, October 21st. Call the meeting to order. Any thoughts, comments of the minutes of the past meeting?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Minutes of the special meeting on October 16th. Any comments, thoughts, questions? Is there a motion to approve?
Move for approval.
I'll second. Any other discussion or any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consider claims. Claims for October 21st, 2013.
I'll move for approval in the amount of $1,177,917.52.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Issue sheet for operator's license. I think we have some new ones on your desk. One is for Roxanne Kopp and Michael Cunningham, both from Hudson. Approve issuance of operator's license from a period of 10/22/13 to 6/15 or to 6/30/15.
I'll recuse myself.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve both of them.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Well, my computer still is not loading it up, so
Mine isn't either.
yep. So we need to get on to the other one, to the. No, I'm fine. I think I got this. The item 5 is the proposal for infrastructure environmental for sanitary lift station number 1 issue sheet from Froth for lift station number 1.
This is a proposal to do improvements at lift station number 1. This lift station is located behind CCH, south of Wisconsin Street, east of 13th. And what we're doing is a preliminary design where we're going to look at existing conditions, proposed conditions, do some field studies so we make sure we have downstream conditions that could handle a more efficient pump, and to help with the surges that they're seeing at the wastewater treatment plant when the existing pump goes on. We've been working with Jim Schreiber to define the proposal and the scope of work. For the preliminary design phase, we have $42,700. That includes equipment rental to do the monitoring of the existing flows. Final design, we have a lump sum fee of $29,700, and then the construction phase will be billed at our hourly rate, estimated at $15,000, for a total estimated fee of $87,400. Any questions?
What's the total project cost, Karen, or roughly?
We don't know that yet because there could be some work on the generators and other things that we haven't worked that out. That would be determined in the preliminary design phase, and then also knowing what size pumps and what's going to work with what's existing and what Jim's looking for too.
I see there was estimated from 2002, I mean, for almost $900,000 estimated project cost.
I think that might include.
257?
That's updated to 2013.
Yeah, from 178 in 2002 to 257.
And that's looking at the impact fee study.
Right.
That's the numbers you're looking at?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to get a general idea about the project size.
Sure.
So we've got 87,000 on a 257, let's say a $300,000 budget. And doesn't that seem high? Or am I just?
Well, the thing is that the preliminary design phase,
Yep.
that's where, I mean, the final design of $29,700 fits right in there,
Sure.
but we're doing a preliminary study that is work that would be done on, I guess it could be called on a study phase that might be outside of the design phase.
Okay.
Which is including, we're putting flow meters into the existing sanitary sewer system to make sure we can handle the additional flows, the more efficient flows that would be coming from a better pump.
Okay,
So I guess the preliminary design phase, I would take that out and say that the 29,700 and the 15,000 would be the design fees for the lift station.
okay.
So it's possible that the preliminary design would come in lower than that?
Exactly, because that's why we did it at the hourly estimated too. We do have $6,600 of equipment rental in that 42,700, which is the flow meters that will be going in the sanitary sewer.
So eventually, we're going to put one in there, the equipment itself?
Yes, we have 4 different locations where we're going to be putting in the flow meters, and we're going to be monitoring the flow for 4 months.
Okay.
A dry condition and a wet condition.
Okay, so okay, now it makes more sense. It's not the design.
Right, I guess, when you look at
Yeah,
the
okay.
study phase is in the 42,700, along with $6,600 of equipment rental.
Okay,
So the only thing that you're billing as a lump sum is the final design?
Correct.
And how did you come up with that number?
We looked at what we thought an estimated hours would be to put together plans and specifications for the pump and the generator, because we'd be putting in a new generator. That's what Jim was talking about wanting there, and possibly putting in new controls, electrical and power, and SCADA system.
So I guess what I'm wondering is why is that one not going to be billed at an hourly rate like the other two are?
That one's not an hourly rate because it's easier for us to estimate what's going to be done, putting together plans and specs, where when you do preliminary and you do field work, that's a little more difficult. But we can put 2 on an hourly rate, estimated at 29,700, not to exceed. We could put number 2 hourly, not to exceed.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good idea, don't you?
Yeah. Especially something that's this costly, and you always do a good job of keeping us up to date as far as how much the project has, been completed and where we're at cost-wise. So that would be probably a good idea here.
Does that seem reasonable?
Yes, we can do that. So we can do the preliminary and the construction hourly estimated at, because in field work, things happen that you don't
Yep.
expect. But in the final design, we can do that on our rate table that we have with the city.
Mhm.
Hourly not to exceed.
Okay. So can you send us an updated contract then?
Yes, I can do that.
Randy, anything?
No, we talked it out at the committee.
Okay. So should we wait to have it come back, or should we approve this with
Contingent on
those
a new
changes?
contract.
You okay with that?
Sure. I'll make a motion that we approve plan as is, with the exception of item number 2, that it will be billed at an hourly rate.
Okay.
Not to exceed.
Not to exceed.
Thank you, 29,700.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Is there any other discussion on it? Do I have a second?
Not yet.
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion? Rich? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we have a consider Class B beer license application for Crusaders Hockey DBA Hudson Crusaders for 6 hockey events, 2013 and 2014. I think we've done this, I don't know how many times before, 4 or 5, I suppose. So, anybody have any questions on this? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
I'll just
Yeah.
say I like that we're able to accommodate
Yep.
a series of events like this. I mean, it fits our ordinance the way it's written, and it seems to suit their need, and
Okay.
so.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider bids to purchase of a 1-ton truck. Issue sheet, Mr. Zuli. I only had one question for you. If I can find it on here now. Was the other folks that submitted did not meet specifications set forth by the bid docs, what didn't they meet? Because it's a significant price difference of almost $6,000 in one case.
And I'll try to have that on the issue sheets from now on.
Is it?
No.
I couldn't find it.
I'll try to have it on
Okay.
from now on if we run
There
into
we go. I
this.
can make it bigger so I can see it. All right.
The two big items that were not on the Ford and the other Dodge vehicles were the rear end, the locking rear end, and the automatic locking hubs on the front. It was listed in our specifications. We have nearly a 4-page list of specifications, and the one item was underneath the axle for a rear axle, auto locking rear end with standard gear ratio. The Chevrolet met that standard, and none of the other people that bid on it did not. They have another rear end. It's called limited slip, meaning if one wheel is stuck, the other one will slip. So this is a truck that we use for snow plowing. We're going to use it in mud, and there's going to be a good chance that it's going to get stuck. So it's a big thing for us to have that locking rear end where both wheels will lock. And then the other one that was not in there was locking front hubs.
Okay.
That's for your 4-wheel drive, part of the front end. So can we live without them? Maybe, but it's not what we spec'd. To be consistent with our specifications, they did not meet some of the, some of the smaller things you could probably live with, but these are two big items here. So we felt that it was important to be consistent with our specifications, and I know the amount of money is more, but it's the other lower bids did not meet our specifications.
Okay. Anybody have any comments? Your $600, where are you going to get the extra $600, the way I read it? $35,000 from the sale of the truck?
We're going to sell the other 2002. If we get enough money for the box of it, if there's $600 left, I guess we could use that, or some money out of our equipment fund.
Okay.
I'll move for approval of the purchase from Luther Hudson Chevrolet for $35,600.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Tom. Item 8, consider establishing fees for pedal cab, pedal tour, quadricycle licenses, and pedal tour quadricycle driver's licenses. Who's bringing this forward? Kathy, is that you?
No, it's Nancy.
Nancy, oh, sorry.
Well, the ordinance was approved, and now we just want to make sure that we have the fee schedule set so that if applications come in, we know what each of the different types of licenses should be charged. So we're recommending that they're the same as the taxi cab license system. $100 for the first license, $25 for any additional quadricycles, and a $10 quadricycle driver's license.
What is that? Something you made up, or just their driver's license?
Well, the pedal cab, they each have to have their own driver's license. So instead of a taxi driver's license, it's a pedal cab driver's license. It's basically the same application form, but we would issue a different kind of a license for it.
Well, that's so they can check the background of the driving record and so
They don't
forth.
have to
of the
parallel
driver.
park or anything.
Wouldn't you do that on,
No, yeah, let's put you through a test. No.
wouldn't you do that on your basic driver's license? We're creating a different license and a different fee
Well,
for
we're
this?
making sure it's done for the people who are operating the quadricycles, just like for a taxi cab license in the city.
So there's a certification class out there for
No,
this?
no, but it's just to make sure they meet the requirements. I think there were some requirements that they can't have anything on their driver's record that's related to operating a vehicle. They want to make sure they're safe.
Who's
good
we? Is that
driver.
the ordinance we
The
drafted?
city, yeah, that's the ordinance that's been approved. That's what you do currently for taxi cab licenses. You license the business. You also issue a taxi cab driver's license for each person operating the taxi cab. And it's just a means to get their name and driver's license record to make sure they have a good driving history if they're going to be
So the
carrying
$10
people.
is to cover the
The
administrative
cost.
fee of running the
Correct.
license of
Correct.
the state of Wisconsin issued license.
No, it's for the city to be able to look at their driving record and background and make sure that they have a safe driving record if they're going to
Through
be
a state
transporting
license.
people. Yes,
Okay.
to
that's what I'm
operate these things within the city.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
We're not creating a whole different license for these people. We're just
No,
doing a
just the
background
city-
check on their state-issued license.
Correct.
That's all I asked.
I'll just say, I think $100 is high, given that it's equivalent to a taxi, and these are only operational part of the year. So I guess I'd be in favor of lowering that to probably 50. And each additional 25.
I'll support you because normally you're raising everything on those fees.
The idea of a fee, and whatever you decide it's totally up to the council,
Yep.
is to cover the city's costs in administering the ordinance.
Sure. And my question actually was going to be, I can't remember what the taxi cab license fee is, but if a taxi's 100, I think this is not really equivalent, given the amount of business that they're likely to do and that it is seasonal. So I guess I don't know if you have any.
That's fine.
I think maybe the comment was it's the same amount of work whether it's a taxi cab or a pedal cab. My question is what if the individual doesn't have a driver's license but certainly can drive a bicycle or a pedicab?
Well, if they don't have a driver's license, then they probably don't have a record of reckless driving.
Or they had it suspended so that
Well, but we
Well,
would be able to
that's-
find that out too.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think.
Maybe the questionnaire that we
Unfortunately, we
have.
don't have the police chief here, but it also
They could
shows their
still-
employment. Have they carried passengers before? It gives you an opportunity not just to license the business, but the people who are actually going to be operating these vehicles.
They could still do a background check based on someone's name and date of birth, too, if
Yep.
they had
Oh,
to.
okay.
So Nancy, you're saying there's the same amount of administrative work for taxis as for these?
I think so.
Then I don't know why I'd make the fees different, the same amount of administrative work for both of them.
It's a seasonal business.
I guess I'm looking at it from,
It's not about the business, it's about covering the cost of the city. I mean, that's what we're trying to do with the fee.
How about a compromise of 75? Then it's, instead of 100, go to 75, halfway in between the
I don't know,
50.
was Lori making a motion for
I don't
that
know.
change?
well, I'd be willing to say 75. I just think 100 just sounds
Okay.
out of range, given the nature of the business. And if it's something we want to encourage and it's going to help, bring tourism downtown, it should be something that we're encouraging and not
Okay.
making onerous.
So is that a motion to 75?
75
And
is what-
25 additional?
Mhm.
And 10 for pedal driver's license?
Can I just, has the fee for the pedal cab been established already?
Mm-hmm.
And is that 100?
Mm-hmm.
We had a motion, didn't we? Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay. So we've got, this is the
This is the
Bigger one.
quadricycle,
Yeah.
yeah, the group thing. The pedal cab is one
And-
biker and a little.
And that's $100.
Pedal cab is
Yeah.
$100.
Can change that right now, couldn't we?
It's not on the agenda.
Well, next time.
Yep.
Yep, you can.
Yeah, probably as part of the budget discussion, I think we're going to be reviewing all the fees, and that may be the appropriate time, because between now and then, you're probably not going to.
I don't
be
think there's a
issuing any
big,
licenses.
I don't think
No.
there's going to be a big rush between now and the end of the year.
Tell me again what these things look like.
It looks like a
The
bus.
Vehicles,
Yeah.
well, the ones I've seen have, the people sit around kind of they're rectangular, they sit around sort of like a bar. There's a place for someone in the middle an employee of the business to be there. And they have pedals. The city clerk, I understand, has actually ridden one.
They seat about 10 people.
Yeah,
About 10
8 to
people,
10,
or
I
12 people.
think.
At least.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, the
And
one I
then
was on.
someone's driving typically up
Right,
front.
at the front, and they've got the control for steering,
And it has a motor. They generally have a motor.
motor assist.
Okay.
Generally motorized.
Okay. Can I rescind my motion? May I?
Sure.
I'm okay with leaving it at the fees that we've set
Okay.
on further review.
Do we need to?
Yes, you can always review it after, whenever.
Do we have to have the approval from the second person to rescind, or is just to rescind the motion, all you gotta do is take?
Legal by Robert's rules,
Oh, I don't
yes.
have my
That-
cheat sheet.
I don't either, that's why I don't know the
Robert's
answer.
rules, yes, you would need an agreement, and I will agree with Lori, that's fine. I won't
Okay, thank
I
you.
won't do
So
that.
make a motion to approve the fees as indicated.
Okay. Is there a second to that one?
To approve the fees as listed, Laura?
Yes.
Okay. I'll second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, motion carries. All right, items for future agenda items. Okay, if not,
Room tax, do we have?
yep, we can put
Room
that on.
tax will be in November. Generally, I'll include that in the second report
Meeting,
in my monthly report.
Okay, anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you.